got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we got attempted backdoor hit on Lil Durk and home invasion fuels Disloyalty and OTF from the Inside of Hotspot YouTube channel, man. Shout out Inside of Hotspot. Always coming with that quality, man. So listen, when the news first broke about Lil Durk's and in India's home being invaded, when I did the video, the first thing I said was, it low-key sound like an inside job. It low-key sound like a backdoor type of job. Because listen, Durk never showed us his house in Atlanta. All we knew is that he lived in Atlanta. You in a gated community. No one's seen your house before. So how people gonna target it? Is it coincidence? I don't know, man. But listen, we ain't doing no more talking. We ain't wasting no more time, man. Let's get it.
Made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people shot and was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
Man.
Now at 6, the brother of local rapper Lil Durk is dead after shooting at a club in Harvey this weekend. A police officer also injured.
Dante Banks was when he was shot in the head. Banks is the older brother of locally known rapper Lil Durk. The 32-year-old is also a rapper who performed as D-Thang.
How many of your friends do you think you lost to violence? You know?
Like 20.
20 friends.
I think like 20.
Not
20 friends. And this interview was from what, like 2015, 2014?
20 people you knew, 20 actual friends.
Yeah, like 20, 30 people.
What up, gang? Back with the real. You know what's the deal. Lil Durk has become one of the top artists of today. Coming from the shy, after the life he's lived, it's no easy feat. But that success has come with a lot of pain and loss of those he's loved. And recently, the cycle of blood spill arrives at his doorstep when the ops ran up into his home and had a shootout with him and his girl India. His location wasn't public, so the botched home invasion has the markings of a backdoor attempt, but the bigger issue is what caused the betrayal and retaliation. Today, we gonna chop it up and break down the truth and how it all connects. July 11, 2021, a little after 5 a.m., intruders broke into Lil Durk's home inside the gated community, Chateau Alon neighborhood of Brazelton. Neighbors would hear shots ringing out as Lil Durk, along with his girl, India, stood their ground and shot it out with the intruders on some Bonnie and Clyde type vibe.
Man.
The intruders would flee as Durk and India
That's a ride or die. They on some Mr. and Mrs. Smith type shit.
out with the intruders on some Bonnie and Clyde type vibe. The intruders would flee as Durk and India was too handy with the strap to get caught lacking. Imagine getting the drop on your op, planning to catch him when he's most likely asleep, invade his home, and then be the ones running when not only him, but his girl start busting
back at your ass.
Sounds
I'm
like a
telling
movie,
you.
but Durk's life is far from it. Even with his wide success, what's the point if those that were through the mud with you never get to enjoy it at your side? Worse yet, if you yourself lose your life. Durk has had a troubled past. The streets have both given him wealth, but at the exchange of peace of mind and the life of those around him. The streets always end in jail time or getting murked. Lil Durk has been the voice of the trenches, warding off beefs with some of the most savage in Chirac's history.
Man.
He's one of those dudes that don't just talk about it, but be about it and knows how to move. But when the ops can't get their hands on him, those around him take the fall. Those bodies circle right back and finally caught up with him at his home. May 31st, 2014, Lil Durk's artist and cousin, MacArthur Swindle,
Nooski.
aka OTF Nooski, was caught lacking when an op walked up and murked him while sitting in a vehicle in the 700 block of East 87th Street in the Southside neighborhood.
I know for Durk, it's gotta be so crazy because like I know he gotta question himself like, damn, like I'm losing all these people around me. Why am I still here? Cause I would question that honestly. As many losses like that interview that he did with Vlad from like 2015, 2014. He said 20 people at that time. Can y'all imagine what the number is now? You're gonna start questioning like, damn. Like, man, am I just like, why am I still here? But everybody around me is dropping left and right. Like, shit, my paranoia would be through the roof right now. I already got bad anxiety as it is. My shit would be horrible.
While sitting in the vehicle in the 700 block of East 87th Street in the Southside neighborhood.
Crazy.
March 27th,
Chino.
2015, Uchenna Agena, aka Lil Durk's manager, OTF Chino, was shot and passed away in Chicago. Chino was sitting in the car outside a restaurant in Avalon Park in the 8400 block of South Stony Island Avenue when the gunman approached on foot and fired shots into the vehicle, hitting him repeatedly.
Like, imagine if Durk was in that vehicle with him, or if Durk was just in that vehicle by himself.
Including once in his head. November 6, 2020, one of the biggest losses to Chicago and Durk yet. The person he called his twin, King Von, was shot and didn't make it after an altercation outside an Atlanta club with Savannah, Georgia rapper Quando Rondo. While Von was putting the beats on Quando, his man's Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim, snuck up from behind a vehicle and fired bullets into Von. Von would make it to the hospital, but sadly, not live to see another day.
APD says the gun battle took place in 3 different spots near Trinity Avenue, where a total of 6 people were shot. 3 have died. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
Saturday, June 5th, 2021, Lil Durk suffered a loss that will put events in play to him allegedly being backdoored by one of his OTF crewmates. His brother, Dante Banks, aka OTF D-Thing, reportedly got into an altercation inside Club O and left to go outside. The persons involved in the altercation allegedly followed him outside, where shooting erupted. An officer was hit in the thigh, and D-Thing unfortunately caught a headshot and passed at the scene.
Who is among those who were shot in a gun battle in downtown Atlanta with 3 others.
FBG Duck's mom, who has been a supporter of putting the guns away, reached out to Durk's dad to send condolences.
And here's the thing, like with FBG Duck's mom, like I have a huge amount of respect for her because she really wants to end this whole thing. I know I saw she sat down with the other mothers of, you know, other fallen Chicago rappers and a young man that fallen to gun violence in Chicago. Like she really, I saw her on live breaking down crying because she wants to end this. And it's like, and the crazy thing is like she wants to end this so bad, like reaching out to Durk's dad, like that's big. Now, you know, her son and Durk and them, like they never seen eye to eye. They never seen eye to eye. But it's like somebody got to step up and try to put that foot forward and be like, you know what, we got to stop this. We losing too many people. Like, man, 10 years ago, everybody coming out of Chicago, everybody was popping, everybody was getting limelight, some shine. 10 years later, majority of them people are gone. They gone, they locked up for the rest of their life. There's a couple that's still here. Just a couple. And it's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Who has been a supporter of putting the guns away, reached out to Durk's dad to send condolences. 1 month later, Brick Squad rapper and OTF op, Lil Kevo 069, made the mistake that many of those who lost their lives made. He dropped the track, dissing his ops fallen homies.
Yeah,
I don't know if it just don't register what comes with that type of energy, or if they believe they're somehow invincible. But as far as history goes, that title only belongs to Lil Reese, and any other rapper dissing they ops fallen homies ends up murked themselves. In the track titled BDK Freestyle Part 2, Lil Kevo starts off the track with the hook, "I'm smoking on Polo, I'm smoking on Von." Already, he messed up. But he went on.
Y'all told me to actually check this out. I think the day it dropped, before he got killed, y'all told me to check it out. And I was gonna react to it. I added it to my playlist, and then next thing I know, they said he ended up being killed. I'm like, bro, what? Because y'all said he was saying some disrespectful things on there about Von, and you know, and I'm like, damn, like the turnaround rate in this shit is crazy. It's crazy.
I'm smoking on Polo, I'm smoking on Von. Already, he messed up. But he went on to say, D-Thing a bitch, that little boy fast. Durk is a goofy, get what back out in blood.
Wow.
Your brother just got knelt, he going up in mud. Stupid ass dumb, shouldn't have been in the club. Can you guess what happened next? Sure enough, news reports started pouring in. Just a few days later, that Lil Kevo was run down on and murked in a hail of bullets. Lil Kevo has long been a hater of anything associated with O-Block. Back in 2013, he posted a clip to his Instagram saying, O-Block.
O-Block BDK shit, how you ain't know these not how Dras Hill. Oz BDK O-Block.
Now, you made a video with a bunch of your homies flashing guns, dissing the deceased,
Man,
then
listen.
you end up the same.
What I tell y'all, the energy you put out into this universe, it's gonna come back to you. And if it don't come back to you, it's gonna come back to the people around you, man. I'm be saying this all the time.
Video with a bunch of your homies flashing guns, dissing the deceased, then you end up the same. This came after the dissing of Von and Durk's brother, so maybe the diss track was only a lead up to the attempted hit on Durk's life, because the diss track seemed to come out of nowhere, then Durk is found and shot at. We may never know if he knew of the hit on Durk, because now he's underground. But one thing stands out for sure. How the ops know where Durk lived? it was a gated community, and Durk never posts his home online like that.
What I was
Rumors
saying.
been buzzing in the street, but a number of reasons point to a member or members of OTF being the ones that leaked Durk's address and try to get him backdoored. After the incident, Durk went at next of persons claiming OTF, but not standing on the family when things pop off, and promised that half of them about to be gone from OTF. A video of Memo 600 and 600 Breezy, who have been cool with Durk and OTF, seen to turn ops when they hopped on live, subliminally dissing Durk, instigating that he isn't feeding the hood. Why they think Durk needs to supply the entire trenches, I don't know. But sounds more like they wanted to ride off that man's glow without even—
Who got the link to that? I'm gonna probably have to look that up. I didn't know that happened. Y'all, somebody said something to me about that. I'm like, nah, 600 Breezy and Memo coming at Durk. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. So they mad at Durk for not supplying the hood. Now I know when Von was here, he kept O Block supplied. I don't know. I ain't gonna be in Durk's pockets like that because, you know, I don't know. He probably did some things behind the scenes. Who knows? I know Von gave, you know, chains. He split his first 100K with O Block. And it's so crazy them saying that. Like, y'all remember with Chief Keef, when Chief Keef home got broken into, and it was allegedly people from O Block that did it, because, you know, Chief Keef kind of started doing his own thing. He got away from that. Chief Keef ain't been in Chicago since he been out in LA. Same thing could be happening with Durk. Same thing, you know, when you reach that level of fame, everybody's gonna expect a lot out of you. Especially if you pledge to this block and you know you in these songs saying that you giving back to everybody doing this, they gonna expect that in return. At the end of the day, it's your pockets, it's your money. You don't owe nobody anything. But if you pledge to them, you know, you make a promise that you're gonna keep the block fed, I guess you gotta stay by that promise. I don't know, man. Like I said, I ain't in Durk's pockets because he could be doing this. He could be, you know, pretty sure Durk ain't turned his back. I don't think Durk turned his back on his block at all. Like, I don't think Durk will ever turn his back on O Block. But this is crazy, though. I ain't know.
600 Breezy, who have been cool with Durk and OTF, seen to turn ops when they hopped on live, subliminally dissing Durk, instigating that he isn't feeding the hood. Why they think Durk needs to supply the entire trenches, I don't know. But sounds more like they wanted to ride off that man's glow without even being down with Durk like that, because Durk has shone the spotlight on many of his peers and gave him the platform to blow up, but the rest depends on them.
I can really go back on my block and get into it with the killers. I make sure the killers breathing good, they eating. You hungry, little folk? Not no noodles. You want caviar steak on little steak. Not no noodles, not no flaming hots. I make sure the killers real full.
You add the two together, and the pieces begin to align. If Durk is disowning OTF affiliates after his home was targeted, and it appears they had something to do with selling them out. According to DJ Academics, who broke the news on the attempted hit on Durk's life, emails were sent out to everyone in the gated community, updating them on what happened. An email stated that the ops entered through the wood.
But the people that run the gated community, they sent an email saying the people who try to run up on Durk didn't come through the gate, they came through the woods.
The email continued to say there was a home invasion that targeted a specific resident and shots were fired, but no one was injured. So not only did the ops find out that he's in a gated community off somewhere, but they knew the exact house to hit, how to gain access into the gated community undetected, and how to get away the same.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Now I'm not gonna get on here and be like and get a definitive, oh yeah, it was his partners. Cause it could have been coincidence. It could have just been some niggas that just wanted to break into a wealthy neighborhood, but why target Durk? I guarantee you, Durk probably the only black man on that street. I guarantee you. And it's too many clues that lead up to the fact that this was a backdoor, this was an inside job, this was somebody that been to Durk's house before. And I'll say this, man, and this goes for everybody, not just Durk. Jealousy, envy, all that shit, it starts from the people closest to you. I be telling y'all this. The people that so-called y'all day ones. Y'all don't think they be jealous? When y'all have an accomplishment, y'all don't think they be clapping, but in their mind, they like, this motherfucker right here. Come on, man. Wake up to this shit. Be careful out here. You in a gated community. I've never seen this man Durk's house before, ever. In a gated community, they knew exactly how to get in, They knew which house it was. They, shit, probably knew this nigga's sleep schedule and broke in that mug. It gotta be Backdoor. Like I said, I ain't gonna get on here and be like, oh, it's for show them. But damn, it's a lot of clues that's like, shit.
How to gain access into the gated community undetected, and how to get away the same. It all points to a backdoor situation. Luckily, Durk was ready, and he has a rider with him who was ready to bust back and hold her mans down with a Glock 10 at his bedside. Durk confirmed that he passed the strap to India, and they ran back down on the ops in a snippet for a new track he let fans hear on live. The track also paid respects to his fallen brother D-Thing. Law enforcement wasted no time to swarm the gated community and raided Durk's home after being alerted of what went down. But Durk seems to be in the clear as he's still out doing shows and continuing life as normal. Given he's still facing an attempted hit charge in connection to the February 2019 shooting outside the Varsity in Atlanta, Durk may be under some fire for being a felon with a firearm and having a pending case in court. But for the most part, he seems in the clear. One thing about Durk, he know how to move and don't get caught up on the social media clout that gets so many rappers apprehended. This time, he got close to losing his life and his girl's life as well, leaving behind his family, kids, and homies that became brothers. He has to be even more careful now because he's the voice of the streets and finally made it to superstar status. Maybe King Von's uncle, Range Rover Hang, gets through to Durk about quitting dissing his ops, fallen homies, and still pushing the street life. Instead, focus on being the superstar that he is and build up those around him.
You keep saying Tuka and Duck, you don't have to do that, bro. You on songs with Lil Baby, Young Thug, all these bro. Like, stop dissing these men. Just over it, bro. You don't have to do it, bro. You got songs with Drake, ain't got songs with Drake, bro. Live your life, do your thing, bro.
To Lil Durk,
exactly
stay safe and move smart. Focus on the music and try to distance from adding fuel to the fire with your ops. RIP to all those lost close to bro. Pray he gets the strength to keep looking forward with that weight on his shoulders.
And I'm gonna probably leave a link to that video if y'all haven't seen it yet. You know, I spoke my piece on Durk and his dissing with his ops and stuff, man. You know, I spoke my piece. I ain't gonna go in detail on that, man. But I will say this: Durk, he needs to move differently, man. They know where you live now, and that's the thing. My anxiety, all that shit'll be going crazy for me. Like shit, if I'm out on tour, my girl at home, nigga, I'm pretty sure Durk I know he got some niggas that's there, you know, watching and guarding his house, man. But come on now, you gotta be on with Keith is on, man. Move out to LA, get away from all that shit. Move out to fucking Oregon or something. Go to Seattle, get a mansion out in Seattle in the woods somewhere. Get away from all this. Just make good music. Make good music with a positive message. Motivate the youngins out in the street, man. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions on this situation. Is there a backdoor? Is there some discrepancies in OTF, man? Y'all sound off in the comment section down below. Link to this full video in its entirety uninterrupted will be down below, man. Shout out Insider Hotspot. If y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me. Want daily reaction videos, man, hit that subscribe button for me. Until the next video, I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV TV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta